Every month a brand new board, pretty colors, themes galore. Get inspired, make a card, creativity's your reward. No, link it up, don't be shy, one will win, give it a try. 15 team to spend with glee, crafty goodies, yay, so free. Join the fun, come and see, on the not too shabby blog with me.
Hello, friends. Happy Moody Monday. Is it a Monday? Are you feeling it today? Hello, Jana. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Sue. Hi, Danny. I hope everybody is doing well. I know Anna Marit I think she's lurking. She should be working. All right, so today we are doing Fall Forest Friends Fun Fold. Say that 10 times fast. So we are actually going to be using the other set as well, the Boho Critters. But I do have a couple things to show you beforehand. One is totally not a mood board item. I mean, you could use it if you kind of switched up the colors a little bit, but I just love how this card came out. So I got the Tropical Dreams card fronts. Okay, these card fronts are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hey, Lori. So not only are the sentiments in here foilable, but all you need to do is there's your card. Put it on a card base and you are good to go. And look at these designs. I have to show you because they're so fun. Um, and I know there's a few different ones. This is just the one that I have. There's a sunflower one, which would be absolutely perfect for the mood board. But these are all beach ones. And look, it's got like torn edges. A beach chair. I love the pink bicycle. Go Team Pink. The bus. I think my parents had one when I was growing up that looked exactly like this. Pineapple, uh, the hibiscus, and the volcano. The mountain. I'm going to assume it's a volcano. The girl, the turtle. I love this turtle. The hat. And how gorgeous is this butterfly? So all you have to do is just put it on there, put a sentiment on, and you're good to go. This would be so fun for, well, I know, like my mom would love this. If all she had to do, if I went through and just put them on card bases, gave her an envelope, and, that was it, she would love that. So you could easily do little card sets as gifts using the card fronts. But here is the card that I made. And all I did was I cut out the center of let me find the paper that it matches. My hands are shaky, obviously not enough coffee yet this morning. Let's see, the house is right here. So this is what it looks like whole before you cut the center out. And all I did was I matted it on a light kind of peachy pink color that pulled from these colors right here. And I know the yellow is absolutely nowhere in the card, but it just looked pretty. And I just made this a side folding card, but what a great little like note card set would this be? And super easy. So I just used a die, cut out the center, matted it so you don't waste anything because what you cut out is what you pop up. And that is it. And because of the shading, right, Jamie? The shading and everything that's along here makes it look like it's a frame. And you could put this up on some um, foam tape and pop it up, give it a little dimension as well. I put the sentiment on some foam tape, so it's still fairly flat. But check out all of the card fronts that Jamie has because they make fantastic, super quick cards. And you don't waste. There's no waste at all, because what I punched out from the pink, I can then use for another um, card. So you've got, there's no waste, and you get all the beautiful bits. But I love these card fronts. I'm definitely going to be adding more to my collection. And sentiments. And the sentiments are foilable, which makes it even more fun. So today, and I have a thing, I guess, with Moody Monday and fun folds because they're fun. So the first one we're going to do is similar to this, and it is, I don't know, a WZM fancy fun. I don't even know what it's called, but it's fun. So there's all our folds, and I have the dimensions for this one in the description box below, as well as my affiliate links for the stamp set, paper pad for this one, the paper pad club for the other one. But this is a fun one. And you could easily do a belly band on here to hold it together. I just haven't gotten that far yet. I was playing last night and got totally sidetracked with time. So that is the one we're going to do. And then the other one that we're going to do is another kind of fun fold, um, is this one. And then it's got a little lift up where you can write, a little short message. You could also write on the back as well. Hi, hugged by a card. Welcome, welcome. Hey, if you guys wouldn't mind as you're coming in, if you would hit that the little thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe if you're so inclined. Jamie puts out a lot of amazing content you won't want to miss. I go live the first and third Monday here on Not Too Shabby for Moody Monday, which is your mood board inspiration time. And then the other Mondays, I am live on my channel, which is J. Marie Design. So if you haven't checked out the Not Too Shabby blog, the mood board is right here. And it is put together, curated by the amazing Teresa. And so there's colors. There are, let me show you the color. Here's the color palette for this month. And there's a lot of paper pads that go along with this color inspiration. But if you don't want to do the colors, you could do the theme. So pumpkins or fall or critters. But then there's that girl up there in the corner with the roses and kind of the deep reds and stuff. Gorgeous. So there's a lot that you can pull from it. And last week on my channel, I did a whole thing on how to kind of use the mood board to be inspired, to inspire yourself. I don't know, to gather inspiration. There we go. And so there's all sorts of options. You've got theme, you've got color, palette, you've got design. On the last couple mood boards, Teresa has also had some sketches, so there's that as well. So lots of fun stuff to pull from. So this is the second one we're going to do. And it's just a fun little card, but I love the little flip up, like little peekaboo. And these little critters, this little otter, adorable. Adorable. I'm getting down. Good thing it's almost the end of the month because I am down to the last little bits and pieces in my papers. So I stamped out my critters for the second card, and I did some coloring there, and we'll do a little bit of coloring as well. Like I'll show you like how I did the little fox. But let's put this one here together. Um, and see how it goes. And so I pulled some gold paper out of my stash because I have used up the gold paper that comes in the paper pad. You get these two faux glitter papers here, and I've used it all up. Um, like I always tell Jamie, there's no bad side to her papers. So like I love these little critters and I love these mushrooms, but I love the leaves too. So yeah, it's a dilemma. I just need to buy 2 paper pads to make sure I have it all. But I've used up all the gold, so I just pulled some gold from my stash, and that's an extra. But I have everything cut. Cutting dimensions are all in the description box, and I did again. I got my, especially specialty papers or ones that I love. I gut them so that when I make a layer, it's enough to layer, but I have my um, extra piece there. So it's Monday. It is definitely a Monday. I need more coffee. But how was y'all's weekend? Oh, Anna Marit, I'm I'm Jana. That doesn't help. Jamie's in the chat. I know you're at work. You should be at work. Let's see. I need a scoreboard. And let me find my, there we go. I just need my little measurements here. So this is our base, and it is cut at 5 1/4 by 11. I don't know why I cut it 5 1/4 because that's what the directions said. So we did 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. So it's just a little short, but we're going to score at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and then 7, but I can't get to 7. So let's see, because it would be right off the page. Let me grab, hoping I didn't have to bring this one in. I forgot that I had to go all the way to 7. So let me, and I didn't score ahead of time, which I usually do. This one barely fits on my desk. And 7. Can I see it? Nope. Need my Honor Marit always is watching from work. She had to go back to work because she had been on vacation. There it is. Okay, that should, nope, that was off. 4. I need to score at 4. Nobody will know. Put up some fall decorations. Um, it is definitely not fall here in Alabama, but we don't really get fall, so that's okay. But I do love fall decorations and fall stuff. I'm not a pumpkin spice person though. Sorry. Are you, who's pumpkins team pumpkin spice and who is not? Let's see if I got these even close to being where they need to go. My scores are a little off this morning, but that's all right. It'll still work. I think this is the one that's off. Let me cut another piece of paper because that's gonna bug me. We gotta bring in the big boy. Pumpkin spice girl. I I'm just not, Not a pumpkin spice person. I am a caramel macchiato person though. I love salted caramel, all the things caramel. That's that's me. So, but I just yeah, pumpkin spice not my thing. And I'm not a hot coffee. It's got to be cold coffee, like iced coffee, and not cold coffee. All right, starting over. So you guys get to see the dimensions again. So we've got 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and 7. And turn this around. And gosh darn it, I can't see where I'm marking this. There we go. I love caramel macchiato. All right, hopefully this folds better. We'll see. If not, then we're just winging it. We're just gonna go with it. All right, so fold in and back. Yeah, Shanna I know is black coffee. Enjoy your brunch, Shanna. And I'm still off, but that's all right. It's just a smidge. All right, so there is our first one. And then this one is scored at 3. And this piece is 3 by 6. A little coffee with little creamer. It depends. When Jeff drank coffee, he quit. We used to get up every morning and have coffee together, watch the news, but he stopped drinking coffee. Um, and so I didn't get up and make coffee. Hopefully I don't step on the surge protector there. And so I just make a iced coffee. All right, let's get our layers together. But yeah, I am ready. I love these mushrooms. So we're going to alternate with our little mushrooms and our leaves. And then I've got some gold sparkly paper that I'm going to layer these onto. So let's go ahead and start gluing. I'm so excited. I have to show you guys this. So my little holder here was so gunked up from where I was putting it inside my glue thing inside. And I took it yesterday and I put it in a bowl with some hot water and a little Dawn dish soap. And then I scrubbed with an old toothbrush and I got all the gunky glue out of there. And not that it makes a difference, but it was, now it's all nice and tidy. I love iced coffee. Um, I just make a pitcher of cold brew coffee and then I add a protein shake to mine. So we just have this little edge of gold peeking out around here. And then we're going to use the leaf side of this one. So this is all the same piece of paper. I just flipped it. So I wasn't cutting up too many sheets of paper. So this card doesn't use up a lot of extra paper, which is nice. See, I'm ready for soups and chilies and stews and, all the things that, but it's still 90 degrees here, so I'll just pretend. There we go. And make sure, if you are so inspired and you have made a card that fits the mood board thing, don't forget to check out the mood board, the challenge. I love chili. Um, the mood board challenge on the blog, you can win a $15 gift card. Nope, to the pumpkin spice. I think Tracy is a tea and black coffee. Are you black coffee, Tracy? Um, there we go. I love the gold. I need some more glue here. And it's funny, and I don't know if I've told my mom, well, my parents were teachers. They taught 20 some years across the hall from each other in the little town that I grew up in. But my mom, and I don't know how teachers do it, my mom would drink coffee all day long, and it would sit on her desk all day long. And it was always just a cup of cold black coffee. And I don't know how she did it because, they didn't have coffee pots in their rooms and microwaves and all that stuff. They would have to go down to the teacher's lounge to fill their coffee cup, and she could only do that like on lunch break. So twice a day she would fill her coffee cup up, but all the rest of it was just drinking cold black coffee. Oh, cream, sugar, caramel, anything but pumpkin. Yeah, I'm with you there, T. I don't know. I think it's because, and I'm not a huge pumpkin pie fan, so maybe that's why I don't do the whole pumpkin spice thing. Um, Sorry, concentrating, trying to get this laid down. Okay, and let's give this a good burnish. So we've got those pieces. This one will go in here, and I'll put that down when I get these other ones on. And so we're gonna start, and I'm gonna go or mushrooms, leaves, mushrooms, leaves. So then when it folds up, my mushrooms are on the outside, and then this is my one that pops out here. I don't like pumpkin pie. Now give me some apple pie with some ice cream. You like a little pumpkin pie with your Cool Whip? Yeah, that would be my kids. Now I do love cheesecake. So is cheesecake a pie? What is it? It's round and has a crust. So I say it's a pie. Jeff says it's cake because it has cake in the name. There we go. These mushrooms are the best. Oh, sweet potato pie. I like sweet potatoes. I don't know that I've ever had sweet potato pie. Hey, Dawn. How are you, friend? Yeah, I love cheesecake. We get the little like tub of no bake cheesecake. Um, Let me make sure I'm keeping these somewhat straight. Hey, Teresa. Were your ears burning, Teresa? All right. And here, and a couple episodes ago, I talked about the different papers that you could pull in as well, even the Christmas plaids, the cozy neutrals. Yeah, they should have been. We were singing your praises, Teresa, and how amazing you are. Ah, all right. Isn't that pretty? I think it looks really, really elegant with the gold in there. All right, let's get our little border down. I love fall colors. My friend Dawn she always says she wants to go see the leaves change. She wants to see the leaves in Maine in Maine in the fall. Um, so I'm sure that the Northeast has some amazing fall colors. There we go. And then this one um, is just going to go on top. And so you'll never know that it doesn't have its center, which is a great way to, save your papers, is just to gut them. That sounds so mean, but all right. There we go. There is our base. And we'll give this a good squish. There. And then this one is just going to glue here. So but I'm going to put sentiment here on the outside, and we're going to stamp that real quick. Let me cut down my little piece of paper. Everything's falling. So this is 3. This is... All right, let's go 2 2 3/4. We'll try 2 3/4 square. I'm so mad. My trimmer broke the other night and on Saturday. And I used UV resin to try and fix it, but my trimmer is a little broken. So, I'm going to have to find a new one. All right. Let's make this a little smaller. So I'm going to go down to 2.5. So that'll give us a nice gold border around it. Oh, Jamie, I can't wait to see. There we go. So that gives us a nice gold border. And then we're going to use my favorite sentiment from the stamp set, which is the Gather Together. A chicken blowing bubbles. The Gather Together stamp from this set. And then what we're going to do, though, is get that on there. And I loved this. I was playing around last night. I realized that the little mushroom tucks right up there so nicely. Like it's just meant to go with. I got one of my hairs stuck to it. Oh, fingers are twitching. Like it's just meant to go right there. And we're straight. And we're going to use just some brown ink. And we'll stamp this a few times to get a nice dark. But I love that the mushroom fits right in there. And then we're going to use the little leaves too. Jamie, I can't believe that you would have a mess. You seem like you would be a very tidy crafter. I love my the Easy Wonder the add-ons too. It must be 12 o'clock. That would be what Abner is saying. He is saying that it is 12 o'clock and that it is his um, lunchtime. And usually he wants me to come sit with him, but he's going to have to figure out that I can't. All right, we're going to get I forgot my leaves. I thought I lost one of the mushroom stamps last night, and I was upset, but it was stuck to the bottom of my Misty. All right, so we're just going to tuck the leaves in right there on top, and I'm going to use a little pistachio. Oh, journal spreads. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fun? And then we're going to move it to this corner down here just to give it, it's not completely balanced because that's off a little bit, but nobody will know. It is good for the soul, Jamie. I think that, yeah. And I had a little thing on my page, just curious why people craft. Is it a job? Do you do it for a paycheck? Is it um, therapy? I know they do a lot of art therapy with Wounded Warrior Project, which we are a big part of. Um, my husband is a disabled veteran, so we do a lot with Wounded Warrior. Is it therapy? Is it escape from, the world can be a little heavy. So is it your escape from the heaviness of the world? Is it something to fill your days? There's so many reasons why people craft, and for me, it's finding the joy in the creative process, and it is therapy for me as well. It's an outlet. It's my, not really escape, but it is my time. All right, and we'll put this on the center here. How are we doing on time? We're a half hour in. This card is very happy. All of the above. There's that too. All right, then we're going to take, and this is just using like pieces that I had from where I cut the other ones down. So I'm actually going to put this in here. Oh, thanks, Barbara. And we're going to cut. So this is going to be our little like Heidi square. You know how you have a little like hidey hole. That's what we call like little places in our travel trailer where you can put stuff. It's a hidey hole. So we're gonna have a little hidey panel. Frees up your mind. See, and sometimes where I think Teresa, you do a lot of creative things as work, I would think, that um having an outlet where sorry, Danny, where you can, do things. But there's so many um reasons. Yes. That's it too, Jamie. People do it as pain management. I got back into card making after my back surgery. And then after my second back surgery. So there's all sorts of reasons why people craft. And I love that it also brings so many people together for so many different reasons and from so many different places. That's something else that's cool. I have no idea what that has to do with Moody Monday. Maybe I'm just moody today. So I'm using just a tape runner to do this part because I am not sure. I didn't know. I didn't want to stick it down with squeezy glue. So, and then I'm going to put my little tape runner on here. I always have to look where the writing is to know which way this needs to go. And so I'm going to hold this here against my little panel, and then hopefully it doesn't stick to my fingers. So find a place where there's no adhesive, and then I'm going to put it down. So that's my little, and hope that it's fairly straight. Hey, looky there. Pain or panic. I know for me, I deal a lot with anxiety, and I am very, very introverted. Um, and so it is my connection with the outside world, but it also helps me manage those feelings of anxiety. I can come in, I can get, elbows deep in paper and markers and color. I can color for hours and be perfectly happy. So, there's so many reasons why. So, here is our first card. And you could make a little belly band, a little thin one that came across, and you could put, one of the little critters on there as well to hold it together. I did not make a belly band. It's just a springy card. So here are the two that I did. Similar but different. Um, I like this one with the gold, but I really like this dark brown faux glitter here too. So there is card number one. And it's fun. I don't know, it's a WWVMV, I don't know, MVP card. We'll have to give it a catchy name. I found it on a YouTube search for fun fold cards, and I think it's been a few years. It was like the video I watched was I think 3 or 4 years old. So um, I just think it's fun. It's definitely got some weight to it, so, and some thickness, so it might be a hand deliver one, but it's a great way to showcase the papers, both sides, without having to use up a whole lot of paper. I used one sheet here. I have one here, but then I have all the spare pieces, the extras, which I could add, on the envelope. I love decorating an envelope. And you could put some more here, something else here. If you wanted to put another sentiment here, you could always write your message on the back as well. But this is our fancy fall forest friends fun fold. All right, let's do this one. And I haven't cut anything for this one, so we're gonna do this one all together. But this one is fun, and it's got a little peekaboo. I thought it would be really fun, and on this next one, I might do it. I might put one of the little mices, one of the mice on the inside. But this is just a cute one. This was just a sentiment that I printed off on my computer. I printed off a bunch the other day, and I sat and foiled them just so that I had some foiled sentiments. But I cut off just the little smidge of the circle so it's flat, and it just makes it look a little different. So this one um, uses a few papers, but I gutted them as well. But I haven't cut them. So if you guys are up for one more card, we can do one more card. If you're up for it. If you're up for it. If you're up for it, let me see some hearts in the comments, and I will keep going with another card. Or we can do a similar one to this one. This one's really easy too, but we can do this one. I colored, or we can color some critters. I've got critters colored already. So I spent some time practicing my shading and coloring. I think this little fox, Jeff calls it a vixen. Here is my favorite, but I was working on just practicing some shading and coloring. So, all right, let's do another card. We'll do this one, and we're gonna pull out what I have left from this one here. And see, like on this one, I actually, I saved all, these are the pieces that I cut out from these frames. I'm not going to do all the die cutting, so we're gonna sacrifice, or actually, we'll just use some solid cardstock because I have that. Because there is solids on the backs of these, but there's pretties on the fronts. So here lies my dilemma. Let me see if I have a polka dot. What's in the polka dots? Or where is got some browns there. I gotta find my cozy neutrals. The linens would work. I have too many not too shabby papers. Oh, there's Christmas plaids. Let's pull out. Let's see what we got here. All right, Tracy. Getting messy, huh? Let's see. Let's do. Got polka dots. We've got this green too. Let me pull up. Let me look. Oh, too far. The colors. So here's the color palette. You know what? Let's pull in this green. It's a little different shade than the one that Teresa has there is more kind of a blue tone to it. You know, I agree, Teresa. I love these polka dots. So let's see. Let's find one of the browns. Or the brown. I like the green. I think I'm going to go with the green. And then let's find a plaid. Um, so even though this says Christmas, if you look, well, not these, but like this one here matches the color palettes. This one here matches the color palettes. Let's see what's on the other side. That's a little too green. And then I gotta find it. That's linens. That would work. I organized all my papers and they're all in their own little home. But apparently they're not. This is all ones with ephemera. I think. I don't know where I put it. That's all right. Thanks, Jamie. See, more coffee. Okay, so this one works. The green. No, you're not the only one seeing the color palette. I forgot to push the button. So these are the polka dots, which I like the polka dots in the green, even though it's a little shade off. Sorry, guys. And then this is from the Christmas plaids, but the plaids, it still works with all the plaids as well. So I think I'm going to go with the polka dots and that plaid. And then, all right, let me put these back in there. things so I don't lose them. I'm such a dork sometimes. Sorry, y'all. Oh, brother. All right, so let's find, and this paper pad is down to slim pickings here. I really like these mushrooms. So we're gonna stick with the mushrooms. And what did I do on the inside? I did birds. And I love this little floral here. So we'll do the little floral. Now I'm flustered. All right, so we've got that. We'll do this one with the polka dots. This one with the plaid. And then what's on the back of this? I don't want to use this. We'll do these critters with this plaid. Which is your favorite, Teresa? The little floral? I love that one. See, I like these little houses too. But yeah, this is what's left of my paper pad. Not much. Yeah, that little tiny floral, I love. And the colors on it are amazing. All right, let's build our card. So it's a front and a layer, two insides, two layers, and then a little strip and a flippy flappy. So let's cut these down. And I have a card base somewhere right here. And I have a scoreboard somewhere. I don't have very my working space is like this big. Not much more than what you guys see. And I tend to just kind of stack things next to me until it all falls. I love I love critters. And I have to say that I think that Not Too Shabby has has the best papers, some of the best papers, some of my favorite papers, as far as collections and colors and critters. The Not Too Shabby critters are fantastic. All right, so we're gonna go down to 4. This really bothers me that broke. We're gonna go 4 by 5 1/4. And I would gut it, but I don't want to bring out the big die cut machine because it hurts my shoulder to lift. So we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna sacrifice some papers. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna make cookies again. I think I made cookies last week after I was done. The boys like cookies. The boys being my husband and my son. And then this one we're gonna go to 3 3/4. We're just gonna go down a 1/4 inch each time. So we have, actually, I want to go smaller. That's good. So we're gonna go to 3 3/4. Am I frozen? I don't think I'm frozen. I'm still moving. I forgot to switch the graphic. And mushrooms. Got a thing for mushrooms today. Oh, did I freeze up a little bit? We've had some internet issues here lately. All right, we're gonna save all of this in our little thing. All right, let's put our papers together. Okay, this is front. These are insides. We're going to do mushrooms, critters, and flowers on there. All right, let's get these glued down. My hands are shaking. Let me get something to drink. Make sure we're opening the right way. We're just going to use just because my hands are a little shaky. There we go. Oh, I do have my fancy schmancy ruler, but I haven't played with enough to be efficient in using it. Wrong way. I didn't look at which way the words were going. And there, I love these polka dots. All right. And then we'll do our insides. I think I want the mushrooms to be there and there. Did I miss? All right, here we go. This is a pretty cute one. And it goes together pretty fast. It's just a little bit of, let's see, which one do I want? I think this one's up. That side's up. Am I frozen again? Are we good? It's moving on my end. And then we're gonna go and mushrooms. These little houses are cute too. Now this little strip that I put across inside is how you can make that however like however tall you want it to be. And it's basically just it's 8.5 across, but you could make it however tall you want your pieces to be. And then you just fold it. So let me cut this down to, or yeah. So we'll take, is that right? I had to do math. I almost was too far out there. And so it's 8.5, and then you can make it however tall you want. I just kind of gauged this last one by how tall my little critters were from the ephemera. And they're still a little tall, but I made it 2 inches. So we will go too many cutters. We're gonna go 2.25. That sounds like a good number. And then we're just gonna score at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8, and then I'm just going to flip it. What did I do? 8 1/2. Today's not my day for folding. I cut it to, hold on. I was right the first time. Oh my gosh. See, and once I get flustered, it's like everything just falls apart. All right, so we're going to cut an inch off here because I can't do math. And now we should be good to go. Oh my goodness. And now we're going to go at 2 1/8. So basically, you've got a little W or an M, however you want to look at it. Oh my goodness. That's the only thing about going live is, you know, real things happen. Real world here, people. Real world. Look at these squished down. All right, so that's going to be our little band on the inside. And I lost my card. It's right here. So that's going to hook in here. And that'll be our little inside pieces. So it's a W. When you put it in your card, you want your point, your middle point coming out. And then we're going to go, and I've got little pieces left over. The green, and I think we'll do the brown. And so I did 2 inches by 2 1/8. So we will go let's see, what's this one at? 2. I think we'll just go 2 by 2. I may trim, let's see if this fits. We're going to trim this down just a little bit. There we go. All right, so we've got 2 inches by 2 inches for our little squares. And we just need 2 of this one. Aw, thanks, Danny. I hope I'm inspiring y'all along the way. And this one should be 2 by 2. There. And then the last one, you don't need a full thing because, okay, let me cut that up again. We are going to find a piece of paper and cut this one down to just under 2. And just under 4. And then we're just going to fold it in half. And that is going to be our little peekaboo flap here on this end. And then I have just a little circle punch that I'm going to put just a little hole here. There. All right, let's glue these down or stick them down. And we're just going to alternate. Yes, I hope that you are gaining some inspiration, whether it's colors, papers, layouts. You know, sometimes I know that I'm always looking for, I love fun folds. Um, I just, they're fun. I just think they're interesting. And there's so many different ways that you can embellish or dress it up. Um, this one, I thought about it and I should have done it, but um, before I put this one down, was to put, well, I guess I could do it. Two little pieces of ribbon coming out here on the sides. And let me see what I have. Look, I even have brown ribbon. So let's put, we're going to do a little different. Let's do, and that's probably really long, but that's all right. Go here. Don't be intimidated. Embrace the fold. So I'm just putting a lighter on the ends there so they don't fray. And let me find, so where's my critters? Had I had time and not lollygagged around, we would have cut these out and we would have colored them. But we'll save those for next week. And we'll do that. So we're going to go with some ephemera because these critters are cute too. Let me put this down. We're almost done. Almost done. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I love Moody Monday. I'm glad it became a thing. It started as just a conversation between Jamie and I, and it was like, hey, what do you think about this? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, all right, we're doing it. All right, let's find some little critters. And I am totally putting a little mouse inside here. I love these little mice. They got well, that one's too big. We'll see. So we've got this little, his ears are too big. Oh, the fox. We'll do the little fox. And I love this little bird too. This ephemera is so fun. There's so many cute, look at, we got little sleeping guys. They can all just be taking naps. Except I don't think I have any more snoozing animals. A bunny, he's kind of like, what the heck, guys? These butterflies, the moth, um, the bird, heron. Is that a heron? See, I'm getting down on my critters too. This little bird is so cute. Let's see. I think I'll go with the deer. So we're going to go with two sleeping critters and a deer. And let's get these guys down. And you could, pop them up. You could layer them on some paper. But we're just going to have little cozy napping critters. The critters are always, they're so sweet. There we go. And I think I'll put the little bird on this one here. And then all I did, I had put just a little piece of colored cardstock in here with the green. Um, I'm just going to cut a little tiny strip. And I'm going to trim off just a little bit of the edge to kind of keep my pattern going. So we'll just tuck that. So it just kind of shows underneath here, but it keeps our pattern going. All right, then let me find my center point here. And my center point here. And I just kind of marked it with my adhesive. We're gonna pull in some score tape that is older than time. And we'll put this here, and this is gonna hold our ribbon. We're gonna put ribbon to tie. So we're changing it up a little bit. We're gonna add some ribbon here on the outside or on the inside to tie it together. That's that score tape should hold it for all of eternity. That's some strong tape. And then I'm actually gonna go with some no glue boogers. Here, and then I'm just gonna find the center of my card. So it's gonna be about 2 3/4, and I'm just gonna go to this first layer edge. Right there. And then we will let that hold for a moment. We'll get our glue on this side. And then I just need to grab a sentiment. I kind of like it with the ties better. Have I put you guys all to sleep? Ah, all right, there we go. And then let me find, I just had a whole tray of sentiments here. How about Hallelujah? Putting cards together. Danny, you put out a lot of cards too. Um, and we'll trim this down. And then I'm going to come in with just a little inking around the edge. That was some messy inking. And we're going to put this down at the bottom here, kind of off to the side. I didn't do the circle like I did last time, but, or you know what? We're going to put it, yeah, right down here. And we're going to put our little mouse. I don't work and I'm home all week. I feel you, Danny. I spend a lot of time in my craft room, and sometimes it's just coloring So we're going to put our little mouse right here on our sentiment. All right. There's card number 2. Hallelujah. That's just one I had printed off. I have some that I foiled. So here's our inside with a little place we could put another sentiment. And I'm knocking all my critters off. Abner will be eating those. So we'll tie this up. Those are probably a little long, but there is our card number 2. Here is card number 1. So our fun folds, that seems to be my thing. Anyway, all right. I appreciate you all so much. Let me lay these out here so you guys can look at them. Oh, well, it'll be here for the replay. I am glad you guys joined me today. Sorry if it was a little scattered. You know, it's a Monday. It's a Moody Monday. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you found some inspiration. I hope you will join the mood board challenge that you can find on the Not Too Shabby blog. And until next week I will be on my channel, J. Marie Designed, for some more mood board inspiration. Remember, be kinder than you need to be, because you never know what someone is going through. So just be nice. Anyway, much love, y'all. Take care. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you next week. I'm trying to find the button to push so you can hear the catchy little song again.
Oh, every month a brand new board, pretty colors, themes galore. Get inspired, make a card, creativity's your reward. No, link it up, don't be shy, one will win, give it a try. Sifting team to spend with glee, crafty goodies, yay, so free.